Alright, welcome to the next assignment, which is an article of interest. So you may have to go onto the internet there and find some kind of article of interest. For example, right now it's March and people are pretty excited about basketball. So if you wanted to do something on basketball, that's fine. You can do it on art or any other sport, of course, school, whatever. But for me, I'm going to kind of stick with our career site project. So for here, I'm going to say at the top, I'm going to change this my business ownership. Okay, so that would change my website right here. You can see it says enter a title page, and if I reload that, now it says business ownership. So that takes care of that part, but now we need to go into the body, and what we need are a couple semantic tags for us, several, but we're going to start with the header first. Let's go ahead and put ourselves give ourselves a header, and inside that header, let's go ahead and give ourselves a level 1 header. Okay, pretty much exactly what we would expect. Then after that, we're going to make an article semantic tag, and in that article, we're going to have a section, and inside the section, we're going to have a level 2 heading. Whoops, do that. Whoop. What am I doing here? Probably Control Z would have been a better option, but either way. So there's our level 2 header, and then we got a paragraph that we're going to write about our level 2 header. Now, what I've just done right there is created a template for the other sections that I'm going to need, and that's one. I need another one. If I can get it on there. Control C and then Control V. 2 more lines, Control V. So that gives me 3 different articles to work with, but again, we now need some text for the level 2 headers and also the paragraphs, and here in my header, a level 1 header. Of course, at the bottom, beneath our articles, we will have a footer tag wherein we're going to put in a hyperlink, but we'll get to that. Okay, so up here at the top, I've got a header, and let's see, what am I going to put here? We'll say just to be a little different than my title for my metadata there, the title of my web page, I'm going to put in a level 1 header, owning a business, like this. Okay, and of course that will now show up there, owning a business right there. Let's go ahead then, and in our articles, again, you can find an article yourself and then summarize it based on 3 different things you find about it. But for me, I'm pretty much going to stick again with what I have. And that, for me, again, will include kind of my own wording on this. So that's what I'm going to stick with. Again, whatever you do is completely up to you. But for now, let's see, we're going to say for our level 2 header, our first one, we'll say being my own boss, like this. Okay, and then I can write a paragraph about being my own boss. But actually, before that, what I'm going to do is give myself the other section. So I'm going to say having an unlimited earning potential. Of course, there's risks involved. And then down below that, our third section will be writing my own script in life. Okay, so that gives me a start, and again, it gives me 3 level 2 headings, which if I go back to my web page, you can see they have some kind of background color along with it. Now remember, your background is not going to look quite the same there. Yours is going to look like whatever they had on the assignment. But now that I have these, I can go ahead and start writing what I want for my paragraphs. So I would say, I want to be my own boss, so I don't have to compromise my values and principles for a paycheck. That sounds pretty good. And then having an unlimited earning potential is that I do not want to limit my earning potential to a salary or a paycheck. And then you can just specify these would make me again, this is an academic term, a wage slave, like this. And you can look that up if you need to, but again, it's just a paragraph, and that's all we really need you to write is something in there. And you'll remember when doing these, the text can be as long or as short as you want, but you need at least the tags in order to get the credit. Now the last one, for us writing my own script in life, I'm going to say I want to take control of what I do, and when I do it, contributing to society and well, by not being an actor in someone else's script or goals. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. So those of you familiar with John Taylor Gatto will understand a lot of this kind of stuff, but that completes at least the articles. Let's see, do I have that right? The articles that I have in there. Okay. Well, let's see what that looks like then. Back here, we're going to go ahead and reload this. Yeah, it didn't really change very much there, and that's okay. But we now need a footer, which the footer should have some kind of A tag with a hyperlink reference equals quotations. I'll just finish those quotations off with the angle bracket right there, and then of course we need the close of the A tag. But I now need a hyperlink reference to something that is going to take the user to something about owning a business. So we'll write in here owning a business. Let's see what we find. Yeah, we just want a link. Again, I don't want any government websites. I don't want any universities telling me what. Certainly don't want the IRS. Yeah, Reddit's not going to work for me. Business Daily, no. Again, a university doesn't seem very good. Entrepreneur.com, I'm a little skeptical of that kind of stuff, so I'm going to keep going. Forbes, there's another business.au. Is that Australia? So we're going to keep going. Some YouTube videos seems appropriate. Business.com, again, a little skeptical there. Well, if I remember right, for us, we used Justia, which is kind of a, there we go, that's a good one right there. Let's go ahead and use this one. Now, Justia is just a website that gives some legal background to various laws, and of course, here is a little ditty about business information, right? Owning and starting a business. But I want that link here in my website, which I've already copied, and now I'm going to go into the A tag, which is the next line of code, and just put in legal information about owning a business. There we go. And if I save this and reload it, not in Justia, but back here where I have my website, then we see the link show up down there at the bottom. Now, Justia is not showing like I would prefer, but that's okay. That's okay. We have the hyperlink, right? And of course, we already know how to put in the actual website. You'd use a iframe tag with the source, but that's okay. An A-frame tag will work, and you can see we have this working. It's working, and it's working properly. You can even scroll. How about that? But here is our code again. We put in quite a bit of code, I suppose, but again, for the most part, the tags were just copied and pasted. So let's take a look at the full code here. Maybe a little bit bigger than that. So again, if you need any of this code, now's the time to pause it. But I'm going to keep scrolling. Here's the bottom. And the style sheet, we didn't do anything in the style sheet. We did nothing in the style sheet. So you don't have to worry about that. Everything was in the index. Here is the index. Okay, we'll see you in the next assignment, which is us going back to the career site project.